All right. Blood Dog is in the house. So today, we've got a little special treat, and that is an analysis of Blood Dog's game versus the Norwegian Trygve. Now, funny enough, Blood Dog watched my previous analysis for Drax and said it greatly improved his game, and he almost beat Trygve in this game, apparently, when he would normally lose badly. So we're going to analyze this game and take it from there. All right. So, got to rebind that shit. Now with inspiration from Rio, I'm going to 3, 2, 1. All right, this is perfect. You got the best spawn, and you should get the first kill for free. I reckon you should have stayed there and tried to take that fight. Unless he hits you with a perfect rocket, you can stay there and fight. And you already did some damage to him, and he did some damage to himself. So right now, he's going to be about 80 HP. Let's check. 95. Okay, so my guess was 80. 95. You've got armor and position and LG. You should have stayed there and taken this fight. You would have a free kill. I'm surprised he didn't die there. He was very, very low. I saw he tried to go for the silent drop. That's pretty important. Do that all the time. It just makes them guess where you are. It means that they can't just look at one entrance coming out of red. So just at that second, you heard him pick up LG. What I like to do, it's actually something that Reload used to nail me with all the time, is people always get LG first. It's just human nature. They get that lightning gun first, then they go straight over to the grenade launcher, and he can come out and just fuck them up hard. Let's see what you do. Actually, so that was the grenade launcher that he was going for. I must have missed the LG one. So this is not as good as I thought, because he was ready for you. That was unfortunate, to be perfectly honest. I think you should have gotten up when you came out of red. That was also just bad luck. See, Trygve's sitting there waiting at green armor to take this fight. If the person's got absolutely nothing, sure, that's fine. But it then puts you out of position if they spawn at yellow above you. There's not a real good way to push past him at this point. He's not going to have much of a stack though, so let's see what happens. That was a freebie. He just gave up position and let you go. That was really unlucky. I don't know what he was even sticking around for that fight for. You got him with a couple of good shots to begin with, and he just seemed to ninja past them. I probably, after you hit the first couple of shots, I probably would have gone out the bottom of red, left him injured, and come out with a full stack. Yeah, I'm not sure if you accidentally fell down to going to Mega then, or if you were intentionally going in there. I would have not dropped down to Mega. I would have kept position. You can hold this room with grenade launcher and LG only, and a green armor against most people. So, see, now you're sort of out of position. You've got a good stack, but you're out of position. So the odds are against you now. You did well though. What I would have done in this position is I would have gone across to the quad platform to get that health. There's like 50 health in there, or 30, or however much it's in there. Because that means that instead of dropping down to get the 40, which is the 40, 30, or whatever it is below you, it means you would have had full stack. And he's going to get out of mega health anyway. So you could have just jumped across and got that extra health. He's down in mega red armor. So that rocket jump would have been good if you didn't make the drop sound when you went down to red, because he would then think that you're at yellow, and depending on where he's standing, once you pick up the red, he won't know if you picked up the red or the yellow. One thing to note is I prefer always going down those stairs silently. So always silently drop down from the yellow down to red, and always go down those stairs, because it means that if they're pushing from the top, they've got like 2 or 3 places that they need to cover instead of one. And if you make the drop sound down into the red itself, then they know at that particular point they've got one place to look, and that is the red exit. So it's much better to always be silent, so that they have to cover more than one places, and it'll just give you that little bit better opportunity to get out. It's interesting that he's pushing like this, because most European players never push into red. So maybe he's showing you a little bit of disrespect in this game, but I always found that if I'm sitting in red, I'm safe. Especially if the other person's got the lead, they will never come in. So that's interesting that he's making an aggressive push like this. You should have dropped down straight away and got some grenades on that red just to cover him. He's clearly dropped down to red. Instead of waiting to see whether or not you should double back to yellow or not, you're better off just knuckling down and getting ready to take him as he comes out. Very nice. So I'm guessing that he's actually gone into mega health now. It sounded to me like there's a weapon pickup sound and a drop sound. So my guess is that he's in mega health right now. I could be wrong, but that's what my intuition would be telling me. In which case, even if you've got low health, you want to get this red and get out so that you can trap him. Yeah, he was in mega health. So he's actually pushing really well in there, and every time you've stood in the same position, there's like 3 positions in red where I like to stand in case they push, and I always mix it up between the 3, rarely using the same one more than once or twice in a row, just so that they can't just push in like that and get the shot that they need. One place you can stand is halfway up and down the stairs, hugging the right side. That's good because you're not easily seen. If they shoot a grenade down, it goes past you, and if they shoot a rocket down, it goes past you as well. If you're in the right spot, if they do a rocket through the hole, that is. The other one is directly below the holes, just as you come in, because from there you can even stand a little bit to the right hand side and shoot a splash through that hole that stops them dead in their tracks if they're trying to come in. And then once you hit them once, always move to one of the other positions. Get some grenades going down there all the time. It's just good practice. It'll get you in a good position. You only need to hit one grenade, and then you can really take him in a one-on-one fight. So those grenades you're doing, shoot them with a lower angle, because if he's on the stairs or coming up them, you've got a bit better chance of hitting them without going just straight over his head. They're going to end up down in the red anyway, so you might as well do it so that you've got more chance of hitting him. There's something funky going on with the way that you spawn as well. I'm not sure if it's just because you've got a high ping. What have you got, 77? As soon as you get to about 70 ping, shit starts getting a bit unprecise is the way that I would call it. Sort of unreliable, sort of imprecise. Get an axe script where you've got a button that switches to the axe and hits with it, and use that to spawn. So that you're not moving in a certain direction when you spawn, you're not jumping and you're not shooting when you spawn. It means you've got a perfectly stable spawn and you're making the least amount of sound as possible. Honestly, that was all ping. You pushed out at the right time then, you sort of caught him off guard, but you can see what happens when you've got a 77 millisecond LG. It's hard to take a fight like that. You were on him, and that's just unfortunate. I think if you were on land, you would have won that fight. Yeah, so you spawned and you sort of went to the side again there. I don't know if it was ping or what, but you got to try and avoid that. It'll allow you to escape off the spawn more. In that position, I would have come out and pulled hard right and back so that you would have gone onto that health pack, and then when they shoot, you can then dodge and then push forward into red. It's a bit of a cat and mouse thing, but that's how you have to get out of that situation when he's coming out and you're shooting a rocket to where you were. So you could hear that he picked up 2 health packs. So from where you were sitting in red, it's easy to tell that he was in ammo room then. As you come out, what you do is you pause and actually even pull back a little bit, which allows you to not just shoot into the entrance to ammo room, it allows you to get into the tunnel a bit, which even if they're holding back will hit them. Whereas if you just shoot up to the ledge, which you can see just to the top right of the screen, if you just shoot there, they avoid it and then they can push out. But if you pull back a bit, you'll see just that top lip, and you hit into that lip, and you'll nearly always hit them if they're going in ammo room, unless they're pushing around the top telly, which he wasn't. In that situation, I would have gone grenade launcher first, because what you can do is you can shoot a rocket, pull back, shoot again and again, and you shoot about 3 rockets as you're pushing back into the grenade launcher, and each one gets a slightly better angle and a better chance of hitting them. And then if you hear the hit sound, then you can dive in, get this lightning gun, and then get over to the quad platform and take the fight. But now if he comes out, you're out of position. That's good now because he's dropped, so you can take this fight. But if you had the grenade launcher, you could have had some grenades on that spawn ready. He might push straight out now. Always pick up the health packs before you pick up the ammo in that situation. The shot that you did, the prediction shot you did, because you knew he was pushing in, you shot straight down the middle of the hallway. You shot at him, shoot the wall. You can hold your position right next to the teleporter, shoot right in the middle of that wall, and that would have knocked him straight back out on his ass on the main room, and you'll probably die now. And it's a situation where just by changing the angle and your position by, a meter, or in Quake terms or whatever, that you could have either won this fight or at least knocked him back out. Right, so you still got the kill, but you could have survived that. So here I would have rushed to yellow. Sorry, not to yellow. To the green below, and make sure you get that, because he can push out pretty quick here now because he's rocket jumped up. Get that green, jump across the nail gun, and start spamming in. I can't bring up the cursor, but from the angle you can see from the nail gun on the screen right now into that doorway, because you can actually get it from that platform. You can get the rocket around the corner a bit, so you can really stop him dead in his tracks from getting there. And because you delayed, you sort of hesitated when you came out, you're unable to put yourself in that position, which would have made this next battle a lot more favourable for you than him. So that's the exact same position, or same angle. You could have planted these rockets. It's the exact same angle that you could have done it, but you would have had a green armor and you're on the nail gun. And if he comes out and shoots at you, you've got 2 places or 3 places you can jump. You can jump to the the quad platform. You can jump back to where you are now, or you can just drop down. You're in a bad position now. He's at the top. Even though you've got a couple of splash damage rockets on him, he's now got control. He'll get LG straight away. He, by my count, has 2 rockets left. 1 rocket left. Alright, he's dead. So in that position, the first place he's going to shoot is up where you are now. Where you are is kind of good because you can back away and avoid taking the shot, but there's more chance that he's going to get out. What you should do is position yourself to the right or to the left of where you are right now, because then you've got a better angle at shooting down into mega health, and you can get that shot just around the corner a bit. It means you can also, by continuously shooting, and you've got 15 rockets, you can continually shoot rockets in there, get yourself a grenade launcher, get back out again without any possibility of him getting out of mega health. You should have stayed at the yellow entrance and capitalized on your last frag without taking any hit and control of the map. If you had stayed there, you would have got this kill. And stayed in position as well. You would have got this kill as well. Alright, so it all came out in the wash anyway, but now it shouldn't have gone that easily for you, basically. So right where you are now, if you stand hard against the wall on the right, you can still shoot through the hole, the left-hand side hole, if he's coming in. But it means if he shoots grenades down here, or if he shoots sort of near where the health packs are, where he normally shoots as he's pushing you, you can not take any damage and you can still damage him. This is a really bad spot to stand. Yeah, a lot of that was your ping not connecting. I know how good your shaft is on land. That's just unfortunate. 77 ping, it's not great. You kind of had a little bit too less health to push then, but if you had have silently dropped down a red, you could have popped out and surprised him and taken that fight and won it. Don't push out there like that. Go out with a rocket or wait for the mega. What I like to do, in that situation where you hit one shot on him then, he was not ready for it, push back out to the main room down the bottom and rocket jump from the other side of this teleporter, so you can see on the screen to the right, rocket jump from there to the quad platform. And he won't be ready for it. You can get a rocket on him and you can push back straight back through to yellow and red. Pushing out to LG then was not a good idea, especially with low health. If you're going to drop down a low platform, you could have got the health out of ammo room, or you could have positioned yourself over at quad and taken that health. So to me, it was very obvious that he was coming through there, which means that taking that rocket jump was very, very risky. You were lucky it sort of all panned out, but you really need to pay attention to the sounds because to me that was very obvious that he was about to push through at that particular point. Lucky for you. So, right then you shot 2 grenades and he just walked straight through them like he was fucking Neo from the Matrix. What you do in that position is you mix up your grenades and your rockets. You go grenade, rocket, and he wouldn't have got out then. I just saw your comment about being on the quad platform 0 times. The quad platform, and even to a more extent that super nail gun quad platform, that's what you're talking about. Sorry, quad stairs and the quad platform. That quad platform is the most underrated position on this map. From that position, you can maintain your height by jumping either to lightning gun or to the quad stairs, and you can fuck up people coming out of any room from that position. And people don't think to shoot there. So when you heard him drop down then, you should have strafed over into the corner, which is in the right of the screen now, and that would have allowed you to get a flush first shot on him in this position, and probably even win this frag. You won it anyway, so it's fine. So what he was doing there is the optimal place to stand when somebody is coming out from where you are now and the other person is trying to posture up and take the fight is the 1 step down from the top or 2 steps down from the top. Because from there you can strafe left and right and miss any rockets that are coming towards you. So what you do is you actually just come out and you pre-fire a rocket directly above the top stair, not the very top, but 1 stair down, where it joins the 2nd step down. Just above that, so that he can't jump and make a splash. So it's about head height from the 2nd step. You come out and you hit that spot there and you'll nearly always hit them unless they're strafing right. But then they're down on the platform, which means that they've only got one way to go. So it means that the second shot Well, the first shot you pre-fired, so you don't have to take any damage on that first shot. So if you hear that you hit them, then you push. Otherwise, if you come out and push, you would have forced him to go down to the quad platform, which means you can get an easy kill. So for me, it was clear that he'd spawned in ammo room. You could hear that he spawned in there, which means you should have had like a rocket or something going there and he'd done some damage on him without taking any yourself. And you should have got that grenade launcher. I think he rocket jumped up then. Yeah, he certainly did. So that health pack that he took is especially after watching this game, that is the classic tail that he's going to push you right now. And what you do is, if you're pushing, you jump as you come in, and if you're sitting there doing splash on the floor like you're doing, he'll be able to just get over it or even get a boost in to get to you quicker, and one rocket and you're dead. So what you do is you actually transition to shooting, if you hear them that you know that they're coming, you transition to shooting the far wall instead of the floor, and that will stop them dead. Okay, so he's not pushing anyway. Where you shot that rocket is almost exactly where I was telling you to shoot before, and it hit him. And it forced him down onto the quad platform. So it did exactly what I was just said before. And that's what you do. You come out and you pre-fire that spot, and unless they are up near the entrance to top telly, you nearly always get that shot. Push out as fast as you can in this position. You've heard that he's at the health packs, at the teleporter to go to top. Push out straight away. Good. I would have just... I don't think he would have been in that position here. I think he would have been ready to push through to the top telly. So what I would have done is actually rocket jumped up to the quad platform here. Actually, no, I was wrong. He actually was pushing you there. So you did the right thing. But typically what I do is rocket jump. Get the LG and the grenade launcher. You've got time. You've got enough rockets to just keep blocking that entrance so he can't get out. Alright, I didn't hear that either. Alright, so he's definitely spawned top telly, so you need to get rockets up there. Maybe he spawned ammo room. Actually, I was wrong both times. He spawned red armor. When he shot that first rocket in there, you should have stayed on the side at the health packs, because you can then block the entrance coming in and you wouldn't have taken any damage on that second rocket. Yeah, he pushed in, he's behind you. One thing I noticed before, when he spawned at just behind you at yellow entrance, is you were sort of there waiting there, really low health, with the LG looking at him. What you should have done is moved yourself out of the way and shot a rocket. Just I notice it often when you get a kill, you've got the artillery and you're not shooting at spawns. You always shoot at a spawn. Now the problem with what just happened then is that you went for this spawn and you dropped down. So now you're trapped here, no health, no armor. You should have stayed up high so that you could get a yellow at all costs, and you would have been in a better position to stop him coming in. I think he actually just got red and went and got mega then, so he is fucking going to be very stacked right now, and he's going to push you hard. All right, red came up quick enough that you didn't have to do that. Maybe he didn't get the red in that case, because that was definitely less than 20 seconds. So he was shooting from the entrance to mega up at the top teleporter then. If you actually play around with it, you can actually drop a grenade from right up at top tele into the entrance of mega and hit him right in the schnoz. So look into that. So there's three cell packs in the main room. You just got one of them. What you should have been doing now, because now you've got fucking no ammo. He's in mega health. You could have pushed out and got those three things, those three cell packs, and just taken the fight. You could stand at green armor, so that if you do take a hit, you can get a new armor. But now you're sort of running away. You've trapped yourself in here. He'll get out of mega health, and you don't have much to play with. It's a very bad practice that he keeps going to mega health like that. You really need to capitalize on that, because if someone goes into mega health, no matter how low you are, you can stop them coming out. So you can pull off that same shot while you're jumping over to the LG, and then you'd be up high, and it wouldn't matter that you've got so low health, because you could continue taking this fight. He's going to hide in mega like a bitch now. Well, that's a good game. Yeah, I hope you can get something out of that, but from what I understand, you've improved a lot anyway, so enjoy. Hopefully next time you can give him a spanking. Cheers.